Hello, welcome back to the Creative Differences Podcast, the podcast that has had 3 members for the last 3 months, but now Gaby's back.
Woo!
Yes, I'm Dallas, and if my love for Marvel was waning, they got me back with Deadpool versus Wolverine because I'm easy and they know it.
Hi, I'm Gaby, and I didn't think I was going to care about this Comic-Con, and I got.
I'm Cassie, and the one thing I did care about didn't make it into the list, so here we fucking go.
And I'm Demi. Y'all can edit this list any way you guys
You
like.
have
I'm not
access
making
to
this
editing.
even
Girl!
longer. I'm not making this episode longer.
Yeah, we're already put in be here for several hours.
Hopefully
and
not. Anyway.
we should have started an hour and a half ago.
Well, that part's
All right. Anyway, I'm your moderator for today, guys. If you guys couldn't guess, we will be talking about San Diego Comic-Con 2024. All the news that, well, not all the news, but the news that excites us that came out this past weekend. Dallas, before we begin, because I'm gonna leave this short and simple. Let's just Yes,
like, share, subscribe, do other things so we can be famous and go to Comic-Con and DreamCon. I want to go to DreamCon because that seems really fun. It's not
Which
relevant
one's
to this.
DreamCon?
It's RDC World's Comic-Con thing.
Cute.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We are going to start with what I call miscellaneous news because it's a bunch of stuff that we found out this weekend, but they don't all fit together, obviously. First thing on the list is that Daniel Deemer, I believe that is how you pronounce his last name, has been cast as Tyson for season 2 of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. This is mostly for me and Cassie as book readers. This is exciting. Yay!
Yeah, I don't know what this means. I didn't read the books, but I'm excited.
I don't remember much because, I don't remember much. But I'm excited about it. Season 2, new characters. He was great in, what was it, the half of it?
The half of it.
Yeah, he was great in that. So
he was a great himbo and the half of it, which is perfect because Tyson is a himbo himself because he is a Cyclops child of Poseidon.
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Percy's going to meet his brother?
Yes, he is. It's going to be super cute. And also, according to the panel, the cast said that the season 2 is going to be more mature and wetter. So
I don't like that they said that.
I don't like that either.
I mean, he's the son of Poseidon, and the book that they're adapting. Well, the book that they're adapting is called Sea of Monsters. So yeah, it should be wetter. They're going through a sea.
Don't use that.
Would you rather they say
moist? They're going to be more mature.
No, I would rather they say they're on the ocean or like not say it like that. Like,
well, maybe that's you applying your weird ass mind to this, and that's your
they're children,
problem.
like you said.
Wow, Gaby.
What?
Wow,
and
Gaby.
Dallas.
And Dallas, you're not immune.
It's children.
Now, I didn't even know they were kids. I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't watch this.
You know what it is. We've talked about it enough.
It's kids.
Speaking of the kids, though, they're getting so grown already. Like, they already don't look the same as what they looked like in season 1.
Dude, children grow.
They gotta get on that.
The babies are becoming teenagers.
As a mother, children grow quickly.
All right, next up on the list is Michael C. Hall is returning to narrate the Dexter prequel, Original Sin, and he's set to star in Dexter Resurrections. This is for me, because I am a Dexter fan. To the point, like legitimately, when I first watched this show, I watched all 8 seasons in 10 days.
Damn.
I'm excited. Well, first off, I was already excited about Original Sin because the cast is pretty cool. Sarah Michelle Gellar is going to be in it, and Christina Milian is also in it, and they released who's playing who in the cast. Christian Slater is also going to be on the show as Dexter Morgan's dad, and it'll be cool to see Dexter. I'm assuming these will be like his first kills. Like where he becomes the serial killer of serial killers. And that'll be interesting.
Yeah, we kind of already saw that a little bit in like the TV show. Like, it's the first time, like that lady that was like, that nurse that was killing people. That was like the first one he killed.
Yeah, but now we're going to get like a whole series of just all those first kills.
Yeah.
And like I said, Sarah Michelle Gellar, I've been a huge fan for a long time. And the fact that she is in a Dexter TV series is crazy and wild to me. But also the fact that we're getting another Dexter series. Spoiler alert for anybody who did not watch the last series that they came out with. Dexter died. So
resurrection.
Yeah, I'm wondering how they're going to bring him back. I'm pretty sure his son shot him. So
yeah, people get shot all the time. Walk it off.
Get shot every day, B.
And yeah, well, I don't
The son with the tragic
Harrison.
like-
yeah, he only has one son.
story. Oh yeah, that's true. He had a really nice girlfriend/wife. and then
Yes, that was the tragedy of
she
season
died
4.
tragically.
I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
One, are these both series, Original Sins and
These are
Resurrection?
both series. Yes. So
Second
Original
question.
Sin we already knew about,
Okay.
and then it was announced that we were getting Dexter's Resurrections at Comic-Con.
Second question
So
is
is
for
that-
Gaby. You don't watch Dexter? Did you watch Dexter?
I watched up to like season 3, maybe.
Okay.
Oh, you missed the best
And
season.
then I was like, I think I'm done. Yeah, I was looking forward to that. And then I was like, I'm good.
Season 4 is literally like one of the best seasons of television ever made, on top of having one of the greatest episodes of television ever made within the season.
I know. And I was excited. And then I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, it's great. It's
The
so
first
good.
season was like wild to me. That's the one I was most excited about.
Season 1's
and-
great, but season 4,
Yeah.
there's
I heard.
no topping season 4. John Lithgow,
Yeah.
insane.
I heard it was really good.
As a Trinity killer. And then you find out that it wasn't actually Trinity. It was like 4 the whole time.
That man's was
Mm-mm-mm.
crazy that season. That whole season was so good. The fact that we're getting another series, crazy, insane. Super excited to see how they're gonna resurrect Dexter.
I have one question.
Yeah.
So the series that we just got, was that just, what was that?
Which one?
The new Dexter series that we got that's already out.
Oh,
What was that called? Or was it a mini series?
it was a miniseries, the one with Clancy Brown, right?
Got it. I don't know.
Yeah, Dexter
I
New
just know
Blood.
that's
There
the
was-
one. Okay,
There's
so
Dexter
it was
the series, and then there's Dexter New Blood. Dexter New Blood. Harrison supposedly killed him at the end of the series.
Okay.
So there you go. Whole universe.
Here's my question. Okay, got it.
It is.
Well,
it's great.
now it is.
And I love the fact that Michael C. Hall continues to come back as Dexter. It's kind of like whenever Harrison Ford comes back as Indiana Jones. Like, you can tell that this man loves the character.
Or Logan. Or
Yeah, or
Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman coming back as
Yeah.
Wolverine. But yeah, also I've met Michael C. Hall, just random, just walking past us. I was shooting a short film and we went outside because there was some commotion going on. And Michael C. Hall and the girl he was dating at the time just walked by us and asked our friend if he had a lighter that he could borrow.
Did he seem like a serial killer?
No?
That's good.
No. It's not like he doesn't belong on your list, I think. I don't know. You should watch Dexter and tell me if you would
Yeah,
fit
he might be
your
on the list if I watch it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, if you watch one episode, you'll find out.
Audience, for those who don't know, the list is actors who I think should be locked up because I saw them play a serial killer and they were weirdly convincing. It's only 3 people. It's Nicolas
That's
Cage,
the
Paul
job,
Dano, and
Dallas.
Donald Gleason. They did it too well, Cassie. I don't know what to tell you.
I love Donald Gleason and I refuse to watch that show. I'm like, I don't want everyone.
You won't love him anymore.
That's what I heard.
All right, next up on the list is Invincible has been renewed for season 4, and we got the suit reveal for season 3.
Hey,
Ooh.
And it looks dope. Looks great.
I do. I like the blue and black. I can't wait to get season 4 in like 2035 or whatever.
It is strange to see the suit without the yellow, though, because
Yeah.
the logo of the show is always that yellow color.
Mhm.
So it's like his suit, and then the words Invincible, and it's like, oh, the words aren't matching anything on the suit anymore.
Although they kind of broke it into like a blue and black this season, right? When it was like breaking apart and then
Oh,
kind of switched
you're
back.
right. You
That was
might be
cool.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
It does look good.
I watch this show forever.
I'm excited to see what we get this upcoming season because things are going to
Same.
get crazy again. Plus, I really
Yay.
liked season 2 for, just confirming the things that I have always thought about Amber. Anyway, we are going to move on to Doctor Who. Nicola Coughlan is set to appear in the Doctor Who Christmas special this year, which is the Christmas special is being written by Stephen Moffat, and they released a sneak peek for the Christmas episode. Cassie is usually with me on the Doctor Who-ness, but she hasn't watched the most recent season.
Ooh.
Did you watch the scene, though?
I did. No context for it. Doctor hopping around in time doing doctor stuff.
This is definitely like a standalone thing because
Does he know this
the
white
season
girl?
that just... No, he doesn't. This season that just ended had a very conclusive conclusion.
Okay.
So you don't actually need to have seen that season to just watch this random Christmas special, which is typically how the Doctor Who Christmas specials
Yeah.
work. So yeah, but he's never met this woman before.
Okay, cool.
This is her first episode. So if you just jumped in on this episode, it would be perfectly fine.
Okay.
I've never seen Bridgerton. and I've never seen Dairy Girls.
Is she the one with the perfect tits?
Oh my god!
Or whatever.
Yes, she has the perfect tits.
Okay, I was going to clarify what you asked.
Yeah, but every scene I've seen of her in other stuff is delightful. The scene of her coming out as a lesbian on Dairy Girls is so funny.
Oh my god. She's like, I'm the wee lesbian.
Oh, she's excellent.
Also, please watch Dairy Girls. It is 10 out of 10. It's amazing.
It's great.
I understand if you're not into like Bridgerton, although Bridgerton's a lot of fun too. Please watch Dairy Girls. She's so great in it. My favorite scene is they're about to get in trouble and she's like, we've got to stick together. Like we have to go in as a unit. And the moment that they like the next scene, it's like, it wasn't me. It was all Michelle. She's so neurotic and amazing.
She's having quite the year so far. And you know what? Good for her. Especially because when she shot all this stuff, I'm sure that she didn't anticipate that was going to be a thing.
I have a question for Cassie, and I guess Gaby. What are the criteria for perfect tits?
You see them and you're like, damn.
Because the perfect was kind of the criteria.
But also, they kind of were perfect. Like, they were really nice titties.
But also,
just the way that Cassie asked the question made me think that was like, oh, there's been some discourse.
I judge them as perfect.
She's referencing a quote that Nicola actually said about her own tits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so what happened was, so she's a fuller figured woman, like, you know. So a lot of the questions that she was getting were, how did you feel basically being a fat person, having to get naked in front of the camera and have sex? But they would say it kind of like, you know, how did you feel about like, you know, being on camera for the love scenes? But like the question was more about like her body. How did she feel in her body, right? And she was like, it's really hard because I have perfect breasts. Like,
got it.
So that was like what she said, basically, to kind of be catty and also tell people like, stop asking me that question.
Got it.
And then I saw the show and she does have perfect breasts. Like, they're gorgeous. They're beautiful.
That's fun.
Anyway, I'm excited for the Christmas special because this past season was really good in my opinion. I really enjoyed this past season. Cassie, I would like you to watch it so that I could get your opinions on it. Because I really love Mshuti as the Doctor. Might be my favorite Doctor. Definitely fighting David Tennant for my favorite Doctor.
Okay.
On top of that, we also got the news that we are getting a Doctor Who spin-off miniseries called The War Between the Land and Sea. It'll be 5 episodes, and it will star Gugu Mbatha, Russell Tovey, Gemma Redgrave, and Alexander Devrient. Gemma Redgrave and Alexander Devrient are recurring cast members from Doctor Who work for Unit. Gugu Mbatha and Russell Tovey have already played recurring characters or leading characters within the Doctor Who universe, but will be playing 2 new characters.
Well, I'm fine with that for Russell, but I'm sad that Gugu is not playing Martha's sister because, like, hello.
Oh my gosh, I was hoping. Well, what was funny was a few weeks before this news came out, there was rumor that they were bringing Freema back for this series. And I was like, I would love for Martha Jones to come back. That. Martha Jones deserves that opportunity to just be back and have greatness.
And put her with the Black Doctor. Like, come on.
Oh, that would be so fun. I don't know if the Doctor is going to be on the series, but it would be so much fun. It's a unit adventure, so who knows if
he may not. It might be like he shows up at the beginning to set things up, and then, haha, I'm off to go do stuff.
But yeah, Martha getting to hang out with this Doctor would be so cool. Martha coming back in general would be great, and Freema loves the character so much, so somebody please ask her to come back. But I'm excited all the same, because like I said, I really enjoyed this previous season of Doctor Who, so if they want to give us more stuff, I'm game. The miniseries will be on Disney Plus and on BBC iPlayer for those of you guys who live in England.
Yeah, I'm about it. It's surprising because I know they've done like the audio dramas and stuff, but they haven't done a spinoff for a while.
Yeah, we haven't had a spinoff since the last time RTD was running the show.
Well,
because that was back when we had Torchwood and the Sarah Jane Adventures.
Sarah Jane Chronicles, I think? I don't remember. But yeah, I think it was Adventures. But yeah, it's been a while.
Next up on the list, we have The Boys Vought Rising, which is going to be a new Boys spinoff, and it will star Jensen Ackles and Aya Cash. The synopsis that was given was set in the 1950s, exploring the early exploits of Soldier Boy and a soup you know as Stormfront. Only advice for now is to keep your hands off the effing shield.
This is going to be rough.
Why follow the Nazi is my question. And the boomer.
Because they were both great characters and because the show is about messed up people anyway.
Honestly, yeah, like Jensen Ackles is one of the best parts of that show, despite his character being detestable, because all the characters are detestable.
And only being in one season.
Yeah, so far. Also, Kripke is friends with Jensen Ackles. I'm sure he wants to bring him back.
Did his character survive the season?
It looks like it.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
But also, this is set in the past.
Yeah, it's set
Yeah,
in
I know.
the 1950s anyway. Also, it's a really good era to mine stories for. Because, I mean, that flashback episode we got was super interesting.
Which one?
Remember, we got the flashback episode as to why Soldier Boy ended up under ice anyway.
Oh, got you, yeah.
That was a really good episode. I don't think Stormfront wasn't in that episode.
No,
I don't think we got. She was gone by then, actually. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is when she, like, when this show takes place is when she was Liberty.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's why I said it's gonna be rough, because like the 50s is a rough time already.
Yep.
So you got
This
two
show is
racist
already a
superheroes
rough
running
time.
around. Like, oh no, it's gonna be so much worse.
Racist superheroes having to pretend that they're not racist. It wouldn't be the first time for the boys.
No, and to be honest, she's probably not even gonna be doing a good job.
Probably not. No. The boys has already gotten so rough to watch. Can I handle watching another spinoff that isn't
Like,
Gen
oh, no.
V?
I'm sure I will, just because they're very good at making shows, and I like Jensen Ackles a whole lot. But,
I also really liked Aya Cash that season. She was
really good.
Very good. It'll be interesting. We'll see when the trailer comes out.
Yep, it's gonna be lots of hate crimes. Oh no.
We get those on the boys too. Anyway, we've also got
Sure.
on the completely opposite end of the spectrum. Transformers 1. They released a new trailer.
Yes.
What?
I didn't know this was going to be animated. I was like, oh,
That's
okay.
how we know you've been gone for a while.
Yeah.
When I first heard about this movie, all I knew was that it's animated, and I knew the cast, and I was like, bet that goes on my most anticipated list because of the cast. Is this a kids movie?
Well, okay.
I think
so.
The
And it
way
feels
they're
like it.
advertising it's
It's giving kids movie.
But like, I also somebody who's
It's a family movie.
stuff I've occasionally watched said that he had friends who saw it already, and they said it's like actually one of the best Transformers things ever. So
It is probably a family movie. I don't.
The only thing that makes me confused is like the joke about my finger can transform, guess which one? And I was like, oh, that's different from what I would expect. Because like the first trailer doesn't have anything like that, and it feels very much more like a family-oriented movie. And this one still does, but that joke just kind of comes out of nowhere, and I'm like, whoa.
I feel like it's a family movie in the same way that Shrek is a family movie. Shrek got plenty of stuff that was pushing the envelope, but it was still a family movie.
good point.
Yeah, I'm just used to them like being subtle in a way that the parents will get it and the kids might not. Because he starts to put up his middle finger too before. Like,
do.
it's not even just a hint. Like, it just, oh yeah, here we go, middle finger time. But it's funny moment. I like it.
It looks really fun. I wish they would stop making these Transformers trailers so long. Both of them are almost 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see mostly hear Brian Tyree Henry play both sides of Megatron.
Oh yeah, and you can hear it in the trailer. Like he starts off like in his normal Brian Tyree Henry voice, but when he's evil, you can hear that gruffer change in it.
Yeah, because when I first saw the cast list, I was like, oh snap, Brian Tyree Henry playing Megatron. That sounds pretty cool. And then I saw the first trailer, and I was like, what? But then now I'd see like, okay, we're getting the transformation, I should say.
I'm curious as to Scarlett Johansson's. You know, everybody's got that quintessential one girl character in the boys superhero movie.
Yeah, that was her.
That's her. I can't wait to find out what she does. She has a pretty cool action sequence in this trailer, though. The one where she's like getting beat up and then like transforms in the building and then like drives out of it and transforms back and grabs onto, I think it's Megatron. I don't know. She grabs onto somebody that she's fighting. It's a very, very, very cool.
Yeah.
Tiny sequence. Yeah. But, I mean, it looks like a good movie. I'm interested to see it.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're gonna watch Bumblebee lose his voice in this one.
Oh, that's
I
not
don't
dumb.
think so, because it's 3 billion years before Earth.
Is that when it takes place?
Yeah, I think they announced that
moly.
recently.
So
How
many
old are these
years.
Transformers?
Why say like goodness gracious?
Why are the
Not to mention,
Transformers so
like,
old? Because they're made of metal.
do they age like the machines that they are? Like, how 3 billion years
They
from
can't.
then is Optimus Prime chilling? Like, man should be
How is he
rusty.
not all 100% rust?
I assume their medics
They
are
must-
just mechanics.
I'm wondering. Nah, they must just be covered in
Unless they,
sacrificial like
Hypothesis
anodes.
it, and like at some point all parts of Optimus have been replaced, but like,
Let's- That's probably it. Or like I said, lots of sacrificial anodes. Like lots of like, this isn't rusting because there's a piece of metal on me that's taken all the electrons. Shit, I know because of my job.
But yo, that is kind of crazy that Megatron and Optimus have been beefing for 3 billion
That's
years.
a long
They
time.
need to, and they were best friends. They were like best friends forever. JK.
I can't imagine hating somebody for that long.
I don't have that kind of energy.
That's Kendrick.
I was gonna say we thought Kendrick was the biggest hater.
Actually, I am petty, so
You
maybe.
are very petty. You could hold on to hate for 3 billion years.
I could probably
is a
do
long
that.
time.
It's such a long time.
Yeah, but
It's such a long time. 3 million is already a long time. Like,
Over the top.
all right, speaking of animated stuff, Critical Role gave us our first look at The Legend of Vox Machina Season 3 and our first look at The Mighty Nein. I'm going to start with The Legend of Vox Machina because that's the show that's currently ongoing. I'm super excited. It comes back October 3rd, just in time for my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this first look, first off, looks like the animation has gotten even better. Feel like Amazon like boosted the budget, which thank you guys if you did, because wow. Like I started the video and was like, Vox Machina has always looked good, but we're at a new level. Everything looks real smooth. The animation looks better. The colors, everything just looks dope. And I'm super excited about it. The magic looks incredible.
Nice.
I love Critical Role, so I love my squad back on voice acting. Glad to hear these characters again. And I'll just be happy to have season 3 because usually we get a new season at the beginning of January. That did not happen, obviously. So, but at least we're getting another season this year, and it's not doing the streaming service thing of like, you have to wait 2 years for the next season. I would have been very upset. I was very nervous. I was like, wait, why didn't we get a new season for January? What's going on? But also, they're also working on another animated series, which would be Mighty Nein. We got our first look at, well, it's actually just like the first kind of like animatics for the show.
Yeah.
It's a meet cute between Ford and Jester. I personally have never seen this campaign. I've seen like the first 2 episodes of the campaign. So I don't really know these characters particularly well, but I do know that Ford and Jester end up together, which is very cute because Laura and Travis, who play Jester and Ford, are married in real life.
Nice.
This will be super cute to listen to. But yeah, I'm excited. We got a good idea of what the character design for both of those characters is going to look like. And it looks good, just like Vox Machina does. I love Laura Bailey so much. She's become one of my favorite voice actors off of the strength of Critical Role.
Nice.
Like her range is incredible because she is in both of these clips. And like as Vexalia, she's got like this noble sounding, deep English voice. And then as Jester, it's completely different, like this quirky, high pitched, like it's just so different. And listening to them back to back,
we can shake these guys on the way. Handsome hero, please save me.
Like when you watch these 2 clips back to back, it was just like, man, Laura Bailey is so good at this. She is so talented. No wonder she does like all of these different like voice jobs. She's just so good at changing her voice. And fitting whatever character she's playing. And Travis Willingham as well, because Grog is so dumb and a big himbo and a barbarian, so he sounds it. But Ford does not. Ford definitely sounds a lot more proper and obviously a lot more educated and a little bit more articulate. But I don't know much about the Ford character, so I can't really speak to that.
We're not. That don't sound like us. I don't have magic.
But yeah, both of these clips look really good, and I'm so excited for both of them. When we finally get a Bell's Hells series in a couple of years, I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna make it, y'all. I'm not gonna make it.
You gotta make it.
I got it. But before we move on, I just want to say shout out to Sam Riegel, who is part of the Critical Role team. He has been recovering from, I believe he said he had cancer. So he's been recovering from that over the last few months. He is highly recommending people get their HPV vaccinations because that's how he ended up with his cancer. Please do that. Listen to your doctors and stuff like that. And if you feel bad, please go see a doctor.
I have my second round of that scheduled next month. Yay.
Hey.
Next up, speaking of fantasy, we have The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. They released a trailer specifically for San Diego Comic-Con. It is 4 minutes. Oh boy.
Man.
I didn't actually notice it while I was watching it, though. I didn't notice it was longer, but I didn't realize it was 4 minutes.
Yeah, I only know it's 4 minutes because I noticed how long it felt, and I was like, wait, how long has this been on?
Yeah, I liked
trailer.
the first season. This season looks good, too. Looks interesting. Actually, it looks like it's going to be a better season than first season was. It looks like they've, like, improved upon quite a number of things. I think the show already looked really good, but I think it looks even better now.
Better for the amount of money they spent on that.
Right. So much money. So much money spent. You finished the first season, didn't you? Or
No,
did
I did not. I watched the first episode and thought,
Well, it's just me then.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, I liked the show. I'm looking forward to the second season. We're delving deeper into... It seems that we are delving deeper into the rings of power being created and being spread around, given to their respective races, so it were, and Sauron coming into power. It seems like that's like the whole purpose of this show, which means that this show is going to end up being a tragedy above all else, because everybody will be enslaved by the end of it, probably. So, yeah, maybe we'll, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the point. Like, the rings of power made everybody kind of subservient to Sauron, so...
That makes sense.
We'll see where that goes. I know that there are a lot of Galadriel and Sauron shippers out there. I don't rock with the ship, but I see y'all out there, and you know, I'm glad you guys are being fed. She has a husband. Last time I checked, from the books, she's married to a man named Celeborn. I think the show currently has him as dead, but I think that would go against canon. So what I'm assuming is that he's not actually dead and he'll come back at some point.
Okay.
So enjoy your ship while you can before her husband comes back.
Yeah.
But also, it's an enemies to lovers thing. So, you know.
There are people who are into that.
There is a whole just section of people. Oh, look, Gaby's back.
There's one now.
It's as if we summoned Gaby back by mentioning enemies to lovers. Just
like Beetlejuice.
Immediately back.
Wait, what are we talking about? Enemies to lovers? Which one's enemies to lovers?
We're talking about Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power. A lot of people are shipping Galadriel and Sauron.
Ooh, honestly, I get it.
Oh, of course you do.
Yeah, you would.
I love enemies to lovers.
We know.
Ray Lowe.
No. No. But Oshamir, baby.
All of us that into me.
Oshamir. Oh, because Oshamir is superior on every level. But anyway.
It's not.
It is.
There's no way it
totally is. When you watch the show, you'll find out it's superior.
Ugh.
Speaking of Star Wars, though, the Star Wars prequel novels are being released for the Acolyte. There are 2 that were announced. I'm excited about this. I need to actually read the High Republic novels. I have not read any of them, but I own 2 of them. One of them will follow Vernestra Rwoh and Master Indara, and the other one is an untitled young adult novel, and it will follow Yord Fandar and Jackie Lon. Yeah, baby, Yord Horde, Jackie Jam, let's go.
So these are characters in the Acolyte TV show?
Yes, they are.
Gotcha.
All 4 of them are characters from the show. That's exciting. I love that for me. As somebody who was a fan of the Acolyte and loved these characters, I'm glad that Star Wars is investing in this time period and being like, okay, let's explore these characters a little bit more, especially characters that we didn't get to dive too deeply into on the show. I'm excited. That's a cool thing.
Nice.
Hey, Cassie.
Yo.
Real quick, why don't you tell us about that interview with the vampire thing?
All right. Hello. So there was a trailer for season 3 of Interview with the Vampire, which is coming at some point. They didn't say when, but the fact that there's a trailer already right after season 2 ended is pretty fucking great. As expected, it's going to focus on Lestat because Anne Rice was obsessed with Lestat, so all of her books are about him. He's going to be joining a rock band, I guess, is what it looks like, which maybe that's what he does in the books. I don't know. Haven't read the books yet. I'll get there. But yeah, the video is him being interviewed by the journalist, Daniel Malloy, who's been in the first 2 seasons, and looking like he's not having a good time, which is what he deserves because he's trash and he deserves no joy in his life ever again.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think the show is like one of the best things on TV right now, if not the best. I am significantly less excited for the next season if it's going to focus on fucking white boy problems. But, you know, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe Lestat will interest me. I doubt it because, like I said, he's garbage. But yeah, season 3 trailer. I don't know when season 3 is happening. But if there's a trailer already, could be sooner than expected. Looking forward to it.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see where he becomes a rock star in the books. I feel like that's got to be a thing that absolutely happened in the books.
Oh, I'm sure it is. My guess would be like book 2 or 3, because that's about where she... My guess would be book 2, because I think 3 is Queen of the Damned, and I don't think they're doing anything with that yet.
What time period does this take place in, the TV show?
Well, at this point, I don't know. Because the show bounces between present and past. The past is, I want to say, like early 1900s, late 1800s. I don't know how much time has passed at this point when he becomes a rock star, though. So
I forget that he becomes a rock star. That's so silly, but also kind of great.
It looks like it might be the vampire Lestat.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So, moving on from vampires, we're going to go into our superhero stuff. DC Studios did not have its own panel, but there was plenty of DC television and movie stuff to go around. First off, there is the official studio logo, which was revealed, as well as the motion logo that will probably play before every single movie.
Right.
What do you guys think? Mostly Dallas, because Dallas, you're more of the comic book fan than...
I was going to say, it looks like... I mean, it's better than the one they had. The, like, flippy page one just didn't... I didn't vibe with it. It looked too weird. This one I feel like is much cleaner. It's like, yeah, you know exactly what this is. Hello.
Yeah, it looks cool. I mean, I like that logo with the stars and everything like that. Old ass Superman. That tracks. That's DC. I don't have a lot of strong feelings about it though.
I've seen a lot of people who are excited because it's the logo from like 1976 all the way through to 2006 for the comic books.
Sense.
The bullet logo, I guess people have labeled it.
Okay.
So for a lot of people, it reminds them of like what they consider the best era of DC Comics.
Right.
I will say, it definitely looks like bright and shiny, and I feel like if that is any suggestion of tone, you know, it's not Snyder, is what I'm saying.
I do like the motion logo. I think it would be interesting if every single DC movie, if they changed the character in the logo, and if it was like whatever character whose movie you're watching, that would be cool. So like Superman, obviously it's Superman, but like if we were watching like a Wonder Woman movie, you get like the original Wonder Woman, or like Batman, the original Batman.
So this is going to be what plays before the movies?
The motion logo is what will play before the movies. And then there's the official studio logo, which is just the DC Studios thing.
Got it.
Which is also not just the studio logo. It sounds like Jim Lee is also planning to put it on all of the comic books starting in October, and it will also be on toys and merchandise starting next year.
Got it. So it's like rebranding. Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically the official DC logo again.
Got it.
Speaking of logos, a couple weeks before Comic-Con, James Gunn revealed the official Superman logo, which is the new symbol on his chest, but like the high quality version, not just us looking at photos of the man wearing the suit.
Right.
And like paparazzi pictures, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you. That's not an S. That don't look like an S. Looks almost more like a no sign, you know, the red circle with the line. Kind of looks like that.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, if it was like a straight up circle, it could be that.
It's okay.
I mean, I recognize it as, you know, because I know
Superman.
the thing. But yeah, it's not the most SES I've ever seen.
Yeah. I like it though because I think it looks alien. Like he's an alien. It looks alien. I mean, for us, it's an S. If we're gonna go based off of, you know, the S is it's a symbol for hope. It's a Kryptonian symbol, less so than an actual S within canon. So I think it works on that level. Also, it's the Kingdom Come Superman logo, which is pretty cool. They put it on shirts that they were selling at Comic-Con, and literally every shirt sold out.
Oh, damn.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Nerds are passionate.
Yeah. So people are hyped for the new Superman movie, which is good
you
to
put
know.
a logo on something, you know nerds are going to buy it.
I mean, yeah, but to sell out like the entire convention, like it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, move that product.
We also got our first Creature Commandos trailer, which is the first project for the DCU.
Yeah, it looks fun. It looks goofy. It looks like what I expected it to be.
Looks like a James Gunn product.
Very much so.
I like the animation. It looks really cool.
I do. I dig the animation a lot. My favorite thing about the trailer is it's been oh so long since G.I. Robot has sent Nazis back to hell. I was like, all right, I'm in. You got me. And it's Alan Tudyk, so it's like, no, wait, that's not Alan Tudyk. He's Phosphorus. I think...
I was wondering who Phosphorus was.
That's Tudor. I think his brother Sean is G.I. Robot.
I thought Sean was Weasel.
He might be.
He's both.
He is Weasel.
Ah.
No, Weasel don't be talking, so
He makes noises.
yeah, just or whatever weasels do.
You're right. Sean Gunn is playing G.I. Robot.
Yeah. And well, we didn't get a lot of lines for all the characters.
No, we didn't. It's a short trailer.
Yeah, it's not a long one. They're just like, boom, here's some people in it.
Yeah, but
'Cause,
David Harbour is playing Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Indira Varma is playing the bride.
Yes.
Frank Grillo? Frank Grillo.
Grillo, one of those.
Yeah, he's playing Rick Flag Sr.
That's a good role for him.
And Zoe Chow is playing Mazursky.
I love that. I was waiting for her to speak. She doesn't really get any lines, I don't think. But I love Zoe Chow because of the after party.
Yep.
She's great.
Yeah, and Maria Bakalova is in it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, we hear Viola Davis speak from the moment that the trailer starts. So glad that that's something that we're keeping from the DCEU.
Yeah. Gotta keep Viola.
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody who is in the trailer for like a frame and then disappears is the character of Cersei. And Cersei is being played by Anya Chalotra, who is most well known for playing Yennefer of Vengerberg on The Witcher. And I'm super excited about that because she's so good. It almost feels like a typecast, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it's fair.
But also, James Gunn has said whoever does the voices in animation will also be doing the live action portrayals. So when these characters come to live action, David Harbour will be Frankenstein, Indira Varma will be the bride, Alan Tudyk will be Phosphorus, and that means that Anya Chalotra will be Cersei. And because Cersei is a pretty big Wonder Woman villain, hopefully this means that she'll have a pretty recurring role within the DC universe.
That would be pretty awesome.
She has an interesting episode in Justice League Unlimited that I can't tell you about yet because you're not there yet.
I'm not there yet. I'm still on season 2 of Justice League.
But
Another one of the shows that I'm currently watching. I'm watching too many at the same time.
Well, that's you.
And it's me. But yeah, that's Creature Commandos. I'm excited. Our first DCU project, the beginning of a whole new universe.
I'm wondering if Cassie's community of monster mashers are going to be into this show because, like, you got the bride, you got Frankenstein. I don't think we saw a lot of Frankenstein, to be honest, in the trailer.
I'm going to say
We didn't.
it's a maybe.
She did name it Task Force M for monsters.
Yeah.
I feel like there'll definitely be some monster truckers who are about it, and I'll let you know.
I feel like the bride probably has some content out there already, just based off this trailer.
I can look and get back to you.
I would appreciate
Lord.
that. You are my researcher for that.
I got you.
I feel like that entire community should just start going by Task Force M.
See, that hides what it is, though, and that's one of the things I like about the monster truckers is that they don't hide what they are. It's very direct.
That's fair. You are
You're
correct.
saying they instead of we.
All right. Next up, this was not a trailer that was revealed for SDCC. It actually was released a few days before, but because we didn't do a news recap last episode, we are going to talk about it now. We got another trailer for Joker Folie à Deux.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And I don't know. I don't care anymore. Like, I thought
Really?
I was going to, and I'm not.
Damn, Dallas, you just made me like love you.
I mean, I love you too. It's been like 5 years since Joker came out.
It's been 5 years.
It's been 5 years.
Yeah, we were in a pandemic, guys.
Pre-COVID. Came out
Oh
in
my
2019.
God.
Yeah. And like, even when Joker was coming out, I was mostly like, oh, I wonder what it's going to be like. I'm curious. And I saw it and I was like, okay, that was a good movie. I didn't walk out thinking like, I got to get another one. And then they announced it and I was like, ooh, Harley Quinn. That's cool. And I saw the, and I was like, okay, yeah, she's, I guess, kind of like Harley Quinn. But
in comparison to the rest of us, you loved that movie. The rest of us were like, meh to nah.
Yeah.
compared to like people who hated it, yeah, you could say that.
I mean, I didn't hate it. I was just...
And Gaby
I
hated
did.
it.
Hello, what's up?
It was not for me.
Yeah, Cassie
What did
hated it,
Cassie
right?
say?
I said I did. Hello, what's up? I hated that movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was not for me. I was not the target audience.
We ran the gamut on that film.
We did.
And yeah, as somebody who was... Here's the thing. I think Joker is a really good movie, but also it's not Joker. So like... So it's not for me. I want like a comic book movie about Joker. I don't want like a real world looking movie about
Yeah.
quote unquote the
that's
Joker.
fair.
However, so I was like, oh, they're gonna make a sequel. I'm not interested. But now it's a musical, and I'm like, I kind of want to see it because it's a musical.
I'm
I just
curious
wanna know.
about.
I feel
'cause
like
it's a
it's-
jukebox musical, right?
Yeah, I'm so curious. And I think Joaquin Phoenix is the one singing in the trailer. And it's definitely Lady Gaga singing at the end of the trailer.
That makes sense.
Yeah, no, I think it is him singing in this new trailer.
I can see that.
My curiosity is piqued about this movie. Less so than like, oh, I'm dying to see this. It's more so like, I'm curious how you're going to make this into a musical.
All right.
Because I love musicals.
And to be honest, with these two characters, I feel like it's easier to see how they would do it. Because, we've gotten, like, is it Birds of Prey? When Harley kind of goes into her mind and she has her number and everything like that.
Yeah, but Birds of Prey is so different tonally from Joker that it's like, yeah, of course Birds of Prey is going to do that. But like something like Joker, where it takes a more grounded approach at mental health, it's like, you're making it a musical. So are you playing the musical straight, or are you like how expressionistic are you actually going to be with the musical aspect of this movie?
Yeah.
I can see them getting pretty expressionistic, because like even in the first one, when shout out to Miss Hilda Gudnadottir, when she starts like going off with the score and he's doing his like slow motion lean with it, rock with it, which if that song's not in this movie, I don't want to see it at all.
I don't think it is, buddy.
That's why I don't care, because I'm like, if you get me a little bit of lean with a rock with it in the trailer, I'd be there. Like
the song Lean With It, Rock With It?
Yeah, that's the dance he likes to do on the stairs.
Okay, now, and if Joaquin Phoenix is singing it?
I'll take it. I'll take it, because I'd be so shocked. I kind of want to see
even better.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if he knew that music.
I would be shocked if he knew that music.
He might. No, yeah, he's a modern man, but it'd be still weird.
It would be so weird.
It'd be like new lore. New lore just dropped.
Speaking of superheroes, I mean, we're in the DC section, so, whatever.
Woo-hoo!
My Adventure with Superman had a panel, and I realized as soon as I saw it that I didn't review the second season of the show last week, or in our recent review. I'm so sorry. Season 2 was amazing. They brought in Kara, aka Supergirl, and they did it in such an amazing fashion and brought in the Kryptonian lore of this show. It was great. I loved it. This is potentially my favorite version of Superman. It's probably tied with 1978 movie. And we'll see how James Gunn's Superman stacks up. But yeah, My Adventures with Superman, the panel revealed that it has already been greenlit for season 3. A win for me. Because I love that show. It's so cute. It's so good. Superboy is confirmed for season 3. My son, my boy. I love Superboy. And he dripped out in something similar to his 90s aesthetic.
I was going to say, is he going to have his fit with the jacket and the shades?
I mean, from those photos, he didn't have the shades, but he had that leather jacket.
Okay.
Remember Dallas? He had that shit on?
I was going to say, love that meme.
He had it on, man. He had it on in those photos. He does. Somebody pointed out that he looks more like Lois than he does look like Lex. So we shall see what the show is doing with that, what fun they're having with that. Because I really liked what they did with Kara's origins. That was a really good one. Kara's a character whose origins you can definitely play with a lot. But the thing about Superboy is that he is a clone of Superman, typically with the gaps in his DNA filled in with the DNA of Lex Luthor.
So he has so many daddy issues.
So many daddy
issues. Like top form daddy issues, Superboy. Why would someone do that? I don't know. It's so cruel. I just want to give him a hug.
Because Lex Luthor is cruel. Yeah. So we'll see what My Adventures with Superman decides to do with that. I think that they've done a fantastic job modernizing Superman so far and making it an anime. I'm down to see what they do with the rest of the show. Lex Luthor is going to go bald in season 3 at long last. He looks villainous and creepy with a bald head.
As he should.
And Kara is really going to join the gang in season 3, which makes me happy because, like I said, I loved her so much this season. She was so good. So well written. I loved her. And yeah, I like the idea of her getting to be in the gang and our threesome becoming a foursome. And I also like that with every new season, we kind of get somebody new from the super family. So, season 1 was all about Superman. Season 2, we got Kara. Season 3, we're getting Superboy. And that's kind of how I would want Superman movies to work out. I'd be like, yo, first Superman movie is just Superman. Second Superman movie, let's get Supergirl in here. Third Superman movie, Superboy. Although we don't have to do that now because Superman and Supergirl are already getting their individual movies. So I guess the second Superman movie can be the Superboy movie now.
And then bam, we bring in Power Girl and we're good.
We're there. We've done.
Is she in the show at all?
To do. No, not yet.
Not yet.
I'm not going to put it past them to not do it one day.
They should do it.
Probably not season 3, but season 4.
Yeah.
Speaking of animated shows, Harley Quinn season 5 is coming back in November.
I did not
That's all we
realize
got.
we're already on season 5. I guess like
We are.
I knew that when I was watching season 4, but that show's moving.
We have reached season 5.
We have reached season 5.
Dude, and I've still only seen season 1.
Wow.
I know, I'm shameful.
Wow.
You are allowed to watch things at your own pace, Gaby.
That's
That's
true.
fair.
We shouldn't shame you. But you would like it.
We didn't
It's-
shame her.
It's
I know
corny
I
and it's
like
weird.
it.
Yeah, we didn't shame her though. We
Yeah, we
weren't
just said,
like,
wow.
how could you not? Yeah, we just said, wow.
Yeah,
I
no,
didn't
know.
boo her like I booed you earlier. Which, shouldn't have done that either.
But you did. So
But here we
Yes, so season 5, woo!
yeah, that's all the information we have about that. Is we're getting one and it's gonna be here in November.
are. Cool.
Yay for all the Harley Quinn fans out there.
Woo woo!
And last but not least, another show which is coming soon,
Hey.
The Penguin, which released a new trailer looking
Mm-hmm.
very criminal underground.
I
Very
love
much
it.
so, yes.
I saw it. It was great.
I'm very excited about this show, but also I just love this universe of Batman. I wouldn't want to live in this universe of Batman, but like I'm definitely living in this moment of this Batman universe. I'm just happy that it exists.
As somebody whose favorite part of the Batman movie was Colin Farrell, I am so excited. You about to kill this.
Yeah. Gabagool. Okay.
Yo, you know what's crazy about watching this trailer is like the opening of Colin Farrell introducing the trailer and seeing what he looks like and then
Right.
seeing the Penguin.
That shit's wild.
Irish
That's
ass Colin Farrell.
that should have had what sounded like super Italian. Oh, wild.
If this man
Wild.
don't get an Emmy, what are we doing here?
Right?
Man.
If the costumes don't get at me, if just
Yeah, they have to.
his prosthetic work deserves
The
an Emmy.
makeup, man.
Just
I remember
that,
not
just
believing
that.
them when they said, "Oh, this is Colin Farrell." I'm like, "No, it's not."
I was like, where is he? Did he
That's
gain
Richard
a lot of
Kind,
weight? What
you
happened to
liars.
his face?
Right.
Right? For real. It does give Richard Kind though. So
Yeah. The show looks really good. The visual style looks very similar to the Batman.
Yeah, the consistency, 10 out of 10.
Like it's a slight bit different, and I think it's only because they're not using broken lenses the way that Greg Fraser was.
Mm.
Excuse me?
Yeah,
On
Greg,
purpose?
yeah, Greg Fraser was purposely looking for like vintage and like broken like stuff to use to film the Batman on.
That's fair. It gave it a vibe. It gave it a certain,
Yeah, he was looking for a certain look and he got it.
achieved it.
Achieved it. This is why Greg Fraser is like my favorite cinematographer of right now. That man is a master of cinematography. But yeah, show looks good. I'm excited to see Colin Farrell go full gangster.
I'm
Also,
excited to see. Oh, what up?
well, I was going to say, we were just talking about Kristen Milioti in our
That's what I was
most
about to
recent
say.
review. And
She looks unhinged. I'm excited. I
Yeah.
love her.
she looks really dope on the show.
I'm trying to think because I say so many things so many times. I mean, was I talking to you? I don't know if it was on mic or not about how the first thing I saw Kristen Milioti in was How I Met Your Mother,
Yeah, we said that in the last review.
and
Me
like
too.
everything else I've seen her in is nothing like that.
Yep.
And I love it.
She loves doing new stuff, man. And she
She
looks so
The range.
violent and volatile on this show.
Also, she could be on my actors list because she's great in Hit Monkey, and if she's great in this, then she's just sweeping for the year. I love it.
Ooh, I
Nice.
love that for you. Yeah. This looks fun.
Also, Clancy Brown. I forgot he was in this.
Yeah.
I'm
As
so happy to see him.
Maroney.
Yeah, he's gonna be a good Maroni.
Yeah. I'm also excited about Renzi Felice being on this show because I loved him on Runaways.
I was trying to remember why I knew that name, and I was like, "Oh snap, that's Camila from."
Yeah, it's
Encanto.
also Camilo. He's in Encanto.
Okay.
He gave us the iconic 7-foot frame.
rats along his back.
No.
When he calls your name, it all fades to... That is him. That is
I love that
Renzi
for him.
Felice.
I'm excited because I saw an actor that I loved on Gilmore Girls like 20 plus years ago, and he's just here, and I'm like, what? And another actor from Miss Maisel is
it
here, so
the
I'm like,
dude from House of Cards?
Scott Cohen.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Okay.
no, not the dude from House of Cards. He was not on Gilmore Girls. No, it's Michael Zegan was on Miss Maisel, and Scott Cohen was on Gilmore Girls. He was like Lorelai's fiance in season 1 and 2, and then she leaves him at the altar. It's real sad for him. Anyway,
Sounds pretty rough.
I really got to go back to watching Miss Maisel.
You
so good.
have so many shows to me.
Theo Rossi.
I love him.
Hey, Cassie, you know who else is in this show?
I do not.
Shohreh Aghdashloo.
I was just seeing that.
Oh,
Oh, I love her. I thought I saw her. I was like, wait a minute.
Is she in the
Playing
show?
Clancy Brown's wife.
She's a mob wife.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that Christian?
it is.
I love her. Yeah. She recently played the dragon in Damsel, and perfect choice.
She was
Perfect
perfectly
Voice for a
cast for that.
dragon.
Voice.
She sounds like a dragon.
Yeah. I love her voice so much. I love her. I've loved her since I was a kid.
Carmine Jogo is in this show as well, and she's playing a character named Eve Carlo. Now that last name, an interesting choice.
I can see that. I did see her in
Yeah.
the trailer. I was like, oh snap, it's Carmen Jogo. This is a really good cast.
It is. It's such a good cast.
I'm excited.
It looks so good. Very Sopranos-esque, I guess. I don't know. I never actually really saw The Sopranos.
I didn't either.
The Sopranos was not. I've only seen a couple episodes, but it's slightly different. It takes a little bit more of a. It's not as gritty, drama tinged with comedy, but not what this is. It's not gritty at all.
That's another show on my list of things that I should watch.
Me
Long-ass
too.
list.
The ending. Oh my god! For like 20 plus years, I didn't know the
I mean,
ending.
I think I know what the
And it
ending
was-
is, but don't say.
it was spoiled for me on the internet, and I was like, "You took this from me recently, like within the last 6 months."
That's how I felt about
That's ridiculous.
Fight Club. I went years
Yes.
without knowing the twist in Fight Club until like a couple years before I actually watched it. Anyway, fun fact about the show before we move on. So originally, The Penguin's Rise to Power was originally the sequel to The Batman because the script for the first movie was so long.
Mm.
And then Matt Reeves made it into a TV series because the HBO execs wanted a marquee character.
Okay.
So he was like, all right, well, TV show. Here we go. The Penguin. I don't know when I'm getting a Catwoman show, but I feel like I should. I feel like we should get a Catwoman in Bloodhaven show.
Maybe soon.
That's just
Did
my
we-
request.
Were you saying Basil Carlo earlier?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the character I was thinking of. Yes. Carlo.
Yes.
That is the last name of somebody in Batman. I was like, I know this is a Batman reference.
Clayface.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. That's dope.
Her name is Eve Carlo. There's no way that's
Yeah.
it. And it's spelled Karlo.
Yeah.
That's not a coincidence.
I was thinking like that's the only place I've seen that name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's dope.
definitely a reference.
Let's get that Clayface.
Yeah, she's related to Basil somehow.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
But yeah, the show starts September 19th. All right. Well, that's all the DC stuff. And that takes us to the last section of the day, the Marvel Studios panel.
Marvel.
Are you guys ready?
Always.
My body is ready. Let's go.
Are you guys ready for me to guide you through everything that was said and talked
Yes,
about
ma'am.
during the Marvel Studios panel? Let's start with a celebratory performance of Like a Prayer for Deadpool and Wolverine
Love
in
it.
celebration of the movie's release. Also, that movie has gone on already to break records as the biggest box office weekend for a rated R movie, over $200 million.
As it should.
Unspoken of for rated R movies. Congratulations to them on that.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody taking their kids to see rated R movies.
That is what it is. So Kevin Feige said that they were only focusing on 3 movies during this panel. First one was Captain America, Brave New World. The panelists were Anthony Mackie, Danny Ramirez, Tim Blake Nelson, Giancarlo Esposito, who was everywhere, and Harrison Ford.
Yes. Oh man.
It is said that this movie is returning to the grounded tone of The Winter Soldier. Giancarlo Esposito will play Sidewinder, the king of the Serpent Society. Adamantium will finally make its MCU debut as the material that the Celestials are made out of.
Hell yeah. Adamantium.
That is a rumor that has been going around for a number of years now, I think. Tim Blake Nelson teases that the leader has a great story. I forgot that he is technically playing the leader in this movie
Yes.
at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And Harrison Ford said, "I'm proud to become a member of the Marvel Universe. I've been watching fantastic actors having a good time, and I wanted a piece of that."
I love that.
I love him. He's having a great time right now. You could tell with his acting. He's like on TV and 2 different shows. Like,
Also, promo for this movie has now officially begun because he's already calling questions stupid and ignoring them, and I love it.
He is
I love him
being
so much.
the
He has
crotchety
no
old man
patience.
that he's destined to be.
I know.
I think what's funny is I don't think he's being a crotchety old man so much as like he just doesn't like the dumb fandom questions that he gets. I feel like if you asked him serious questions about the project, he'd be very happy to answer them.
Yeah, that's fair.
Asking him about a popcorn bucket or asking him about who's better with snakes, Indiana Jones or Thunderbolt Ross, I don't think he really cares.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
if you're
I
not a
don't know,
crotchety old
That's not my
man,
areas.
you respond in a different way, which we know he's a crotchety old man because he's been that for a while.
He might be leaning into it.
Yeah. I like it though because it means when he said something like that, he probably means it. That wasn't like a statement. It was literally like, no, I saw people were having fun, so I want to join in.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's not the type to lie. Like, he'll just be honest.
Yeah.
But he's like that even behind the scenes because apparently, like, Oscar Isaac, who plays Poe Dameron, asked him, like, so how do you, like, pretend to fly? Or, like, you know, as a pilot, like, do you... And he's like, just get in the cockpit and, like, pretend, dude, we're actors. Like, come on.
like, I'm not really
and
flying.
I'm like... Yeah, but I like that it's consistent across the board. It's like what you see in public is what you get in private.
He seems crotchety, but he also seems like a nice old man.
Yeah, he seems like if he likes you, he gets you like a Christmas present. I don't know.
I'm excited for this movie now since the trailer came up.
Yeah. That trailer is dope. It is such a
really
good
dope
trailer. Also, the fact that they're finally bringing the Serpent Society in. I remember when they did that announcement, the Phase 3 announcement at the El Capitan, and they tricked everybody into thinking that the third Captain America movie was going to be Serpent Society, and then later on they were like, oh wait, no, that's not right, and then they changed the title to Civil War. I remember that reaction. People were going crazy because that was when they also announced Chadwick Boseman would be playing Black Panther.
I do remember that.
Oh, rest in peace.
Rest in peace to Chadwick.
It does seem like all the actors who work on these movies though just have like a fantastic time.
Yeah,
because speaking of cast that seemed like they're having a great time, we've got Thunderbolts.
Yo.
Asterisk.
That seems like a chaotic ass let's have a good time group of people.
And I love every second of it. The panelists for it were director Jake Schreier, Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, David Harbour, Hannah John Kamen, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I'm hoping I pronounced this woman's name right. I meant to look it up before we did this. I'm so sorry. Geraldine Viswanathan.
I love her.
Lewis Pullman and Wyatt Russell. David Harbour came to the panel dressed up as Red Guardian.
Love that for him.
Sebastian Stan says Florence Pugh is the standout of the movie.
Nice.
Oh.
Florence Pugh said that's the joy of watching them together is that they don't play well together about all of their characters. And there was footage shown, and I've never been more jealous of all those people who got to see the footage. We do have a Gizmodo article that recaps what was shown in the footage, since obviously we didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, to summarize it as best as I can, Yelena goes to see Alexei, and they have a conversation where she tells him that she thinks there's something wrong with her, that she's drifting and aimless. She feels like she has basically no purpose in life except to kill people.
Wasn't she doing the whole, we're going to free all the widows of their mind control, though?
Yeah, and I think she did that already.
Yeah, I think they did that.
All right.
Yeah. There's footage of Bucky walking into a courtroom. Word is that Bucky is now a congressman.
Boring. Just kidding.
A former assassin becoming a congressman is crazy.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm like, but that's boring.
He's
like
a terrorist.
Yeah, for real.
Only while he was under mind control. Manchurian Candidate.
Sure. Also, we have like, federal. Don't we have like somebody with a felony running for president?
We can't talk about anybody becoming a congressman. That's just real life.
Sorry, let's go on. Yeah, right.
At least Bucky's a good guy. Anyway, there is footage of John Walker reading an article about himself that's called Fall of a Hero. Also, they played the Pixies' Where Is My Mind in the trailer. I really want to see this.
Wow.
There's a big fight that happens between, I think, John Walker, aka U.S. Agent, Ghost, and Yelena. Lewis Pullman's character stumbles out in a hospital gown and is apparently bulletproof. Also, all of these characters in the Thunderbolts team are individually sent on a mission, and they find out that it's a setup when they are all locked into the room with a 1-minute countdown. Good Lord.
Fun times.
Fun times. And then, yeah, we got like montage stuff of like a lot of cool action, apparently. And then like them teaming up as a group. At some point, they're all in a red limousine driving in the desert, which the fact that the Thunderbolts are going to go on a road trip, love that for me.
Mm-hmm.
Alexei is driving and apparently says this has the making of a team that can raise to glory, that can be heroes on the Wheaties box. And Yelena interrupts with, I find it's best if you ignore him. But yeah, I'm excited. This is the one I'm excited for.
Yeah, it looks awesome. from just that description.
You guys remember we did PowerPoints of what Marvel movies we'd like to see during the pandemic, and I was the one who made a PowerPoint about a Thunderbolts movie.
Yep.
And here we are 5 years later, and it's about to happen.
See, do you think they hacked your Google like drive? No, I'm just kidding.
Right, they hacked my Google Drive.
You've been making some great calls lately. You were like, Zoe Kravitz is Catwoman, Thunderbolts movie. You're just hitting to me.
I have made a couple of good calls. But yeah, Thunderbolts is actually the movie on this list that I'm most excited about. I'm always excited about like the underdog movies because I'm like, these look fun.
Yeah. This is like a Marvel Suicide Squad moment. They're all bad guys-ish, adjacent, or like have been disgraced in some way.
Also, one of the writers wrote on Beef. Jake Schreier is a director of Beef. The creator of the show wrote the script alongside one of the writers of The Bear.
Oh, nice. This movie's gonna be stressful as all heck and Bob. My question, Louis Pullman, is that Bill Pullman's son? Is that who that man is?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh yeah, that man is Bill Pullman's son. Okay.
Also, all the cast have been talking about like how much this movie isn't so much about good and evil, but about the choices that we all make because all these characters were villains, basically, or have done awful things at the very least. They kind of exist in the gray. And also, the entire cast has talked about how much fun they had making this movie and hanging out together, even offset. They are a chaotic bunch. I love when casts look like they have a lot of fun together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All of their interviews have been hilarious.
Yes.
But yeah, Thunderbolts is for me. Next up, the movie that most people are probably excited for, The Fantastic Four.
See, this movie's for me.
This movie's for everybody who's been waiting for a really good Fantastic Four movie.
For a lot of people.
See.
This is the one I'm second most excited for. The panelists for this were director Matt Shakman, who directed WandaVision, for anybody who doesn't know, and the stars Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Ebon Moss-Backrack were there. They start filming on July 30th, which is probably the day that I am editing this episode.
Oh, yeah.
The movie is described as a retro future of the 60s. So obviously, like, my mind automatically went to the Jetsons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the vibe I got from the descriptions.
Matt Shakman says they went to the desert to find the best rock for the thing to be made of.
I heard about that.
What does that mean?
They went to go look for the best looking rock.
You gotta find the best rock.
He has to be a whole rock man.
Just hire a geologist, man. Like, if you don't ask a geologist.
No, they want to go look at the rocks themselves.
I saw somebody saying they're probably out there for like 2 hours, and Matt was like, "What about this one?" And Kevin's like, "No, not that one."
No, even funnier is if Kevin Feige is just on FaceTime while they're doing it.
Right.
Right. He didn't
Hold the rock up to the phone. No, not that rock.
You know what? The connection's spotty. I can't quite tell. Maybe they did ask a geologist, and the geologist was like, "This general area is where we can find the good rocks," and they were like, "Bet," and went out there.
They brought a geologist with them into the desert.
I'm tired of looking for rocks. That's too damn bad. Keep looking.
Oof.
I hope that this all happened.
Me too.
All right, so they showed some pre-shoot material of the Fantastic Four. The shoot material was shot in 4:3 aspect ratio, which I hope means that the movie is also going to be in 4:3 aspect ratio.
What does that mean?
So it looks like a box, like old school television.
I believe that I read an article that said the video of Reed doing the stuff was 4:3, but then when you get to like the end
when you get to the rocket, it's 16:9. Yeah.
Oh,
or I think it was 16:9. It might be 2:351.
So it's like episode 1 of WandaVision.
Yeah.
Vibes.
Probably why they got Matt Shakman to do this. We see a logo for a company called Future Foundation. Again, this article is from Gizmodo that says that they have a special look at Fantastic Four. We see Mr. Fantastic, aka Pedro Pascal, hosting a show that looks like a classroom called Fantastic Science with Mr. Fantastic. He's explaining to a group of little kids that multiverses are possible. Hint, hint, wink, wink. But when he sees how bored they are, he says, "Who wants to see a big explosion?" And they all cheer. He lights up a large engine in the room that bursts into flames. We see Reed and Ben being interviewed in spacesuits. Sue gives a tour of the house while Reed says that they make a point to have family dinner once a week, Sunday at 8. Both are looking very dinner party dapper. We then see a flying car zipping across the very futuristic New York skyline. We see the outline of 4 of them walking in slow motion towards a spaceship. And then next we go to a game show called Let's Make a Match. The host is talking to a lady about which man she wants to choose. She says number 3, and the camera pans over and we see it's the Thing, but it's just his silhouette. And then behind the scenes of the launch site, the group is doing a bunch of tests. We see Johnny Storm. Sue says, the last voice you heard is my baby brother, Jonathan Storm. And ladies, he is very, very single.
Aww.
Then we see the 4 of them waving at a crowd as they walk to the shuttle. And then the 4:3 aspect ratio expands into a full widescreen as the spaceship takes flight into the sky. We get the new title. It's not just The Fantastic Four. The movie is called The Fantastic Four First Steps. And there is one last clip after we get the title reveal, and it's from inside a building. We see that there is a giant body standing outside, and they duck down to peer into the building, and it is Galactus.
Nice.
So,
Can't wait.
sounds like fun.
Next year. Wow, that's fast.
Next year. Yeah. Less than a year away. It's 2 weeks after Superman comes out. So
Holy moly.
July
Ooh,
will
it's
be
about to-
a month.
Yeah.
But the Fantastic Car is a Cadillac that looks like it's from the Jetsons.
Cute.
Also, we found out that Michael Giacchino was on the score, which is perfect because he did The
Yes.
Incredibles.
He did. I love it. Incredibles, aka the best Fantastic Four movie ever made.
I am curious to see what those song titles are going to be.
Oh, you have fun with those,
The puns are going to be crazy.
right? Stretch it out. Hard as a rock.
Oh,
They're the first ones that came to me. I'm sorry.
We can tell.
Can you see me
I don't think you're sorry, though.
on
I'm not.
fire?
Let it burn.
Let it burn.
The movie will be out July 25th. I do think The Fantastic Four First Steps is an interesting title. Probably a good way to differentiate it from the last 2 iterations of Fantastic Four that we've had.
Yeah.
But also,
Yeah.
First Steps, like,
Space heavy.
yeah, space heavy, definitely related to space. But also made me think of, like, babies and their first steps.
Huh.
Reed
Yeah, that
and
makes
Sue do have kids in the comics.
Oh.
Maybe. It might be a little too early to do that, but
Yeah,
it
it
would
feels like a down
differentiate
the
it.
line thing, but maybe.
But it's also not an origin story. They have said it is not going to be an origin story movie.
yeah.
That explains why they're doing like tours and stuff. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're like, we're the Fantastic Four, but we're not crazy or scary. Please welcome into our home.
I'm excited. I'm ready for another Fantastic Four movie.
Same.
It'll have been 10 years by the time this one comes out.
That's true.
Maybe we'll finally get a good one.
Fingers crossed.
Here's
sounds
the
like it.
thing. I like the 2005. Man, we get one like every 10 years.
Listen to me. I love the ones with Jessica Alba and Chris Evans in them.
So do I.
We all know why. That's why I initially fell in love with Chris Evans. That
Me
said,
too.
I haven't been able to rewatch them recently.
I want to,
And I'm
and
sad about it.
I think I will soon. But yeah, I
I haven't
used
gone
to
through
love
them.
those movies as a kid.
Yeah, I can't get through them. Not anymore. But they were
Yeah.
great when I was a kid, and I love them. And I still have a soft spot in my heart for them, but
It's understandable.
it is what it is.
All right. Outside of those 3 big movies, Kevin Feige confirmed that cast members of all 3 movies will appear in both of the upcoming Avengers films and announced that those
Nice.
Avengers films will see the return of the Russo brothers as directors.
Okay. Nice.
I'm with it.
I will never forgive you for killing Natasha Romanoff. Anyway,
Ah,
they could just bring in another version or 10 versions, however many fucking multiverse.
I don't
They
want a
literally
different
just brought
version.
back Wolverine.
I want
They can do whatever they
Scarlett
want.
Johansson.
That's true. I mean, it can
Natasha.
be Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
I want my Natasha. It's
Well, you gotta
bogus.
learn
Anyway.
to compromise.
You could also bring her back. Freaking comic books.
They did just give us a new logo for Avengers Secret Wars, which I would assume maybe she might be back for that. Who knows?
I can see that.
Yeah, probably try and bring everybody back. That movie will be in theaters May 2027. But the bigger news was that Avengers 4 is now Avengers Doomsday. It is no longer the Kang Dynasty, because y'all know. Yeah, we are now doing Doomsday. It will be released May 2026. And they revealed that Robert Downey Jr. will be returning to the MCU, but as Doctor Doom.
It was wild.
Such a wild announcement.
What a thing
The
to do.
Mulder is conflicted about this. I'm A, excited because I know he's going to deliver, but B, like, you know. Also, speaking of bringing people back,
Right?
Yeah, right. Speaking of people bringing people
like,
back,
they can bring her back.
if she wants to come back.
Obviously.
Yeah. Well, so Robert Downey Jr. said, "New mask, same task." I don't know what that means, but
Yeah, that does that mean?
Armor around
Is
the
he still going to
multiverse.
be Tony Stark then?
So they didn't say that he's Victor Von Doom. They just said that he's Dr. Doom.
That's what I'm wondering. Because he was pretty pissed when he was
Probably
in
a
space.
multiverse version of Tony who became Dr. Doom for some reason, and, you know, he's around.
That would work.
Yeah.
It is a multiversal movie.
How do we know?
I mean, I feel like we just know that at this point.
We are in the multiverse saga, so I would assume that it would have to be a multiversal thing, especially because the Fantastic Four movie takes place in a different universe anyway.
It does?
Yeah, that's why they have like a 60s futuristic retro thing going.
Oh, I didn't understand that. Okay,
No, they're not in our they're not in our main universe, our main timeline. They're
Also, it'd be weird if they
universe.
were, and nobody ever talked about the big rock nigga who's running around in the 60s.
And flying car.
I mean, that's what I thought. Like maybe something, I don't know.
No, it sounds like they're in a different universe. Matt Shackman said that he has known that Robert Downey Jr. is playing Dr. Doom for a while now, which I would hope he would because he's directing the Fantastic Four. But I don't think Robert Downey Jr. is appearing in the Fantastic Four.
That
Fair.
we know of.
Yeah, exactly. That we know of.
They do hide things from us and lie to us.
That's the
often.
post-credit scene. It's
As
Robert
they
Downey Jr. as Doom.
Maybe coming out and inviting Sam Jackson to be part of the Avengers Initiative. I'm just kidding.
Reverse it.
Alrighty. Just like go back to 2009. I don't know what year it was.
2008. Close.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, we were kids. We were still
We were
in
high school.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. On the one hand, I'm very intrigued because I did send that news tweet with a "whoa, what?" in all
Right.
caps. Like, it definitely was the most shocking thing that was revealed at Comic-Con for Marvel.
Oh, for sure. 100%. Yeah.
But also, like, I don't know how I feel. I don't want Robert Downey Jr. to be playing Victor Von Doom. Like, I hope it is him just playing a multiversal Tony Stark.
That's why the Boulder is conflicted. I'm like, I love it, but let's get, fresh blood is always great.
Romani blood is even better.
You right about that.
I do love
We'll see what they give us.
the way that they did the announcement with all the Dooms on the stage, and then he
It
takes
was
off
very
the map.
cool.
That was super dope.
Yeah, I haven't seen the clip of that yet. How did they introduce that? Did they just come out? Like, what was it?
I don't know how the Dooms came out on stage. I just know that they
I've
were
only
there, and I
seen
just...
the moment of
Yes,
the
I've
actual reveal.
Yeah, I've only seen the moment of the actual reveal, but I'm like, build the tension for me. Show me the whole thing.
Yo, the crowd screaming was
I love that.
It was, I'm sure everybody felt like, remember when Tom Hiddleston came out as Loki and was like,
bigger.
What
I
did
think
they
it was
say my
probably
name?
Bigger.
But it's giving that excitement again, that like vibe.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, just when I thought I was done, they caught, what is it?
They pulled me back in.
They pulled me back in.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice for sure. And it confirms the rumors of Marvel steering away from Kang as the main villain.
Right.
Yeah, they had to pivot.
Pivot.
But what gets me though is like, wow, like they are capable of, they have the sort of infrastructure and the ability to pivot.
Yeah, that Kevin Feige can just think on his feet and just be like, all right, well, we're changing directions now. We're still reaching the same end game, ha ha ha, but we can change the path as we see fit to get to that point.
I saw a tweet that said Kevin Feige forgot Cillian Murphy's name and was like, get me the guy from Oppenheimer to play Dr. Doom. And his assistant was like, I got you.
I saw that tweet too.
Honestly, but also like, how do I put it? Oppenheimer changed people's like perception of what Robert Downey Jr. can play, So I think that probably helped this pivot.
I have no doubts in my mind that Robert Downey Jr. is going to do an excellent job in this role. Yeah. And I have seen people who are like, oh, I can't wait for this interaction. And it's been like a picture of Tony Stark with Peter Parker.
Yeah, I think it'll be good, but it's also like new blood is always good. So that's why I'm conflicted.
It'll definitely be interesting.
Yeah, exactly.
Agreed.
I'm also interested to see what our new Avengers team is going to be. Like, it feels so strange to be jumping into like this really, really big Avengers film, like super big, like colossal, enormous, knowing we're going to have like so many characters in it the same way that we did with Infinity War and Endgame. But like, we don't get like the
Just the core group.
Avengers or the Avengers Age of Ultron, where we like got to know our core group.
Mhm.
It's just going to be like, all right, well, here they are now, guys. These are the Avengers now. And it's like, oh,
Wait a minute.
okay.
Whiplash.
Yeah. Like, who
Or
actually
like
are
Civil
the
War, where
Avengers?
we saw them break apart. Like, it was like a whole.
Yeah. Like, we had a whole team
We
dynamic.
had a while with these characters.
Had a whole team dynamic with those two big films already established. And now we're going to jump into these other two big Avengers films, but we have no idea what the Avengers dynamic even is. They probably
Right.
don't even have one yet.
Yeah, exactly.
The other thing about Thunderbolts, the reason why I said asterisk, we still don't know what the asterisk in the title means in Thunderbolts.
Oh, we don't.
Mm.
And a lot of people are assuming that by the time that movie ends, it will actually be the Dark Avengers.
Huh.
Love that for us. We'll see.
Also, they said that the Thunderbolts will not be named after Thunderbolt Ross.
Fair. I feel like it's going to be like Thunderbolts Suicide Squad.
There's also a clip apparently in the Thunderbolts footage, which, by the way, David Harbour is calling for somebody to leak that footage on the internet, and I think you guys should do it. But
Do it like Deadpool did.
David Harbour has said that he will give you $10 if you leak the footage. So if anybody's got it, put it out there.
Wow, $10 whole to have the power of Disney
At least-
after you?
At least, according to Florence Pugh, he promised $10.
That's not enough money. Give me 10K, Dave. I know you got the money.
Get somebody
I
body for
love-
$10.
I love this cast so much. But apparently also within that footage, there was a short clip of Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine in Avengers Tower. So now we know who bought Avengers Tower back when Spider-Man Homecoming came out all those years ago.
Man, I
Wait.
forgot about that.
Comtesse, who is that?
Julia
Elaine
Louis-Dreyfus'
from
character.
Seinfeld.
Oh, okay, got it. So she bought it. I'm so suspicious of her. But I
should
feel
be.
like that's the point.
Yeah, she's suspicious.
Yeah.
You absolutely should be.
She's like, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Rumor is the plot of that film will actually be the Thunderbolts are smuggling adamantium from somewhere. I would assume from the Celestial that is currently sticking out of the middle of the ocean.
That's my only guess.
They're just chilling there, huh?
Yeah, but that's a rumor.
like
Also,
foot.
well, we're finally getting our first look at it for the first time since Eternals in Brave New World, which we didn't
Yeah.
mention while we were talking about the trailer a couple episodes ago.
And an acknowledgement that the Eternals exist.
We're not getting a sequel. It's not currently in development, but
Bullshit.
I know,
That was
right?
amazing.
Come on, Kevin Feige.
Just be brave,
Is Cersei okay? Is she all right? They got her.
right?
They got her and Brian Tyree Henry, I think. Are they okay?
Right?
But yeah, they're finally acknowledging the Celestial that is currently in the middle of the ocean. That plot is a rumor for Thunderbolts. Like, literally, I don't think anybody knows anything about this movie except what's been said about it, which is like nothing.
We'll see. We'll see. It must be a very good plot if they're keeping it this under wraps. Or it
A
must
very-
tie to a lot of things.
Yeah, I was like, it's either a very good plot or there's a lot that they just want to keep under wraps because it's going to be very important to the rest of the MCU going forward.
Or I'm wondering, does Captain America come out first?
Yeah, Captain America will be out in February and Thunderbolts will be out in May. And I believe that Harrison Ford is also in Thunderbolts.
Okay, so I'm wondering if the plot of Brave New World directly affects the plot of Thunderbolts. And
Oh, it
that's
does.
why they're not.
I think
gonna
they've
say
said that it
anything yet.
does. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe that's probably why we're not getting much right now.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. style. But yeah, that's all the news that we took interest in.
We did it.
Yeah, woo!
We
Also,
got-
the Olympics are going on. Yay! Team USA, USA. It's the only time I care. And that and the World Cup.
I was about to say the most patriotic time of the year for Americans.
Every 4 years, we dust off we like dust off the shame.
Those of us who are not patriotic every other time of the year, we suddenly are like, ah, yes, Team USA.
Once
Like,
every 4
I'll be
years.
patriotic for Simone Biles and LeBron James. Like, hell yeah, Katie Ledecky, let's go.
Let's go, America. Dunk on some people.
Who else? Yeah, literally, they were dunking.
Is breakdancing up this year?
I think it's
It
breakdancing.
is,
this year.
yeah.
And
we got to
surfing.
win that. There's
And
no way we can't
skateboarding.
win that. We got to win it.
Well,
We got to win
you'd
breakdancing.
think the Americans would win skateboarding too, but nah, we haven't
No.
medaled. at
Skateboarding is
either
worldwide
Olympics.
at this point, and I know that breakdancing is too. But we started that thing. We need breakdancing should be
We-
us.
I think we started skateboarding too, Dwayne.
I mean, probably.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
like
no,
a
you're
minute.
right. You're right. I support what you're saying. I hope we win. There's also climbing. I follow climbing.
We at least got to win the first ever breakdancing Olympics. Just the first one at the very
I hope
least.
so. I hope so. I hope Simone wins and the team wins gold this time. They're calling it the redemption tour, but like Simone low-key almost had an injury, and I'm stressed. I'm definitely going to stress watch the team final tomorrow. Although they did handily beat Italy, which was in second place for the teams, by like 5 points, which is wild in gymnastics. All the other teams were like a tenth apart, 2/10 apart.
Wow.
And USA was like 5 points, bitches. Catch me, catch me, catch me. Helps that Russia's not in it this time. But I wouldn't have even called them rivals. It literally took Simone scratching at the last second for them to win last Olympics.
That has been our Olympic segment.
I never thought we'd have one.
Me either.
Sorry, I love the Olympics. I actually follow a lot of sports, but they're not like, basketball and football. It's like gymnastics and swimming and like whatever other weird
the Olympic sports.
Or not weird, but like not, they only get their highlight every 4 years. Yeah.
Yeah. The ones that go on ESPN, the Ocho.
Yeah, the Ocho. Yeah. Dodgeball.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Thank you, audience, for listening to an hour and a half of us being nerds.
And a lot of me explaining things.
Yes, and a little bit of us being in the sports, but mostly Gaby.
Woo-woo.
As always, thank you, Crown Digital, Brandon, and Aya for putting us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. To me, thank you for editing, putting us on YouTube, organizing our convention notes for this episode, being our moderator. Gaby, thank you for finding your way back to us after your extended spring break, because last time you were on the podcast was in April.
I'm so sorry.
Also, I feel like I haven't seen you or heard from you in like a month. Just in general.
So I had to adjust my baby's sleep schedule. So now whenever I would be going to you guys, I'm trying to put her to bed so that I can like exercise. I've also been trying to exercise. So
you missed a fun game of Disney trivia the other day.
Oh, I would have. I wouldn't have owned, but I would have been supportive.
We love support.
Yeah.
Speaking of support, Cassie, thank you for coming through to give us moral support as we talked about these things that we care about.
Yeah.
And for telling us about Interview with a Vampire.
Yes, I was going to say, thank you for talking to us about the Horny Vampire Show with the Rockstar.
It's not that horny.
Yes, it is.
I mean, it is. Okay, it is that horny.
Yeah, but you have different horny thresholds than most people.
Louis,
your levels are different.
I read a lot of smut.
You built different.
I do read a lot of smut. Oh my God, Eric reorganized our books in our bookshelf, and he's like, that's where your filth is. And I was like, excuse me. And it was like all my romance novels. But like, I was like, they're not that smutty. And they're not. I've read way worse.
Sure.
Ooh. And I've found out about way worse. I'm looking at you, Unhinged. I'm so glad I didn't read it. Okay, let's move on. And Stuffed.
Nobody Google those.
And Milkmaid Farms, or what was that one called? The Wild
Dallas,
Minotaur
continue,
one?
man. Take us out. Take us out. Take us out.
Don't read them, guys. Don't check them out. But go on, Dallas.
If you want to know what these books are about, you can reach us, hit us in the comments, or on Twitter at y'all_different, Instagram and Tumblr at Creative Differences Podcast, Facebook.com/Creative Differences PC, and TikTok at Creative Differences Pod. For now, I'm still on Twitter thinking about taking a break because Elon's a dumbass. But for the moment, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at a king name symbol.
You can find me on Instagram at Segosoria, especially if you want me to give you the unhinged books that I know of. I have not read them, but I do know that they exist. And if you want some crazy unhinged stuff, I got you, boo.
Love that.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at SassyToothSayer.
Woo!
You guys can come watch me post a lot of Thunderbolts content, as well as post thoughts that I've had over the last few years about a Thunderbolts movie, or desires that I've had for that movie, on Twitter at Demi_Joie. Joie spelled Joie. Thanks again for joining us. Tune in next time. I don't know when that'll be. I don't even know what we'll be talking about. But tune in next time, and it'll be a surprise to you, and it'll be a surprise to us.
Surprise.
Woo-woo.
All right. It's been different. Bye.
Bye.